My name's Rafael, you're watching Rock and Roll Garage, and today I'm going to show you what Ritchie Blackmore said about other Deep Purple guitarists who replaced him over the decades. But first, please subscribe to the channel, like the video, and leave a comment. Well, as you probably know, Tommy Bolin, then he came back. When he left in 1975, he was replaced by Tommy Bolin, and they recorded the album Come Taste the Band. And then the band broke up. They returned with the classic lineup with Blackmore in 1984. And then Blackmore was with the band until the early 90s when he left them for good and never returned. And in the 90s, he was first replaced by Joe Satriani, who stayed with the band just a few weeks. He quit, and then they finally got Steve Morse, who was with the band until like 2 years ago. And now they are with Simon McBride. But Blackmore didn't give his opinion on Simon yet. So we're going to talk about Joe Satriani, Tommy Bolin, and Steve Morse. And he talked about Joe Satriani and Steve Morse in an interview that was posted on his official YouTube channel that we transcribed. And this is what Blackmore said about the two guitarists. To me, listen to Joe Satriani, he's a brilliant player, but I never really hear him searching for notes. I never hear him playing maybe a wrong note. Jimi Hendrix used to play lots of wrong notes because he was searching all the time. Where the hell is that correct note? When he did find that right note, whoa, that was incredible. But if you are always playing the correct notes, there is something wrong. You're not searching, you're not reaching for anything. But that's not to say that he's a very brilliant player. Same with Steve Morse, fantastic player. I'm just glad that they, Deep Purple, found a guitar player to carry on, because I thought I was going to be shackled to this band for the rest of my life. It was like a ball and chain thing. Luckily they said, oh, we found someone. Thank God I can't get out, you know. I haven't listened much of them, obviously. I just know that Satriani and Steve Morse are brilliant players. So I remember Steve Morse with the Dixie Drags, fantastic. Some people play from the heart and other people from their head. But I do like to hear someone searching for something, you know, quite no making it. And sometimes they do make it, and they are very polished. Like Joe Satriani, it's a very polished player, almost like too polished. That's what worries me sometimes, but it's some different strokes for some different folks. As an enemy of mine used to say, which is such a corny thing. Some people are into the head music, that head technique. Some people are into the heart technique. Some people are into blues technique. And I personally into minstrel technique. If I hear someone playing a flute, or playing crumb horn, it just moves me. So this is what he said about Steve Morse and Joe Satriani, and he talked about the Renaissance music that he has been playing since the 90s when he formed Blackmore's Night with his wife Candice Knight. And let's go to Tommy Bolin. And Tommy Bolin tragically passed away at a really early age, and so we never really heard a lot of his playing, but he talked about the guitarist in an interview with Guitar World back in 1991, and this is what he said about Tommy Bolin. I originally heard him on Billy Cobham's Spectrum album and thought, who is this guy? Then I saw him on television and he looked incredible, like Elvis Presley. I knew he was gonna be big. When I heard that Purple hired him, I thought it was great. He was always so humble. I remember he would always invite me out to his house in Hollywood to see his guitar. One day I went to his place. I walked in and tried to find him, but no one was around. There was no furnishings, nothing. I stayed there for 10 minutes before he finally appeared. He showed me his guitar, and the strings must have had a 1/4 inch of grime on them, and as though he hadn't changed them in 4 years. I asked him when was the last time he changed the strings, and he said, very seriously, gee, I don't know, do you think I should change them? So that's his memory about Tommy Bolin. So they had the chance to meet each other and hang out a few times. And as you probably know, in 1975, Blackmore left Deep Purple and formed Rainbow, which became another highly influential hard rock band that later on adopted a more commercial sound with Graham Bonnet on vocals and then Jolene Turner. And I mean, Blackmore is one of the biggest guitarists of all time. I mean, just for what he did with Deep Purple and Rainbow, you know, he's a guitar god, certainly. And that's it. If you want to read more, you can go to the description, visit the article I wrote about it. And if you want to watch more videos about Ritchie Blackmore, we got a lot of videos here in the channel about him, some interesting stories, songs he likes, bands he likes that inspired him, and a lot of other stuff about Blackmore and Deep Purple and Rainbow. So don't forget to take a look at the channel, subscribe, like the video, and leave a comment. Thank you for watching, and see you later.